विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देकं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, today being Saturday evening in US time and Sunday morning in India time, so we are in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we finished 32 slokas in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll study 4 more slokas today by Krishna's causeless mercy. And in this chapter, which is titled as the Transcendental Knowledge, we are getting all the knowledge about our self. We already got in the 2nd chapter itself the knowledge about ourself, but in this chapter, Krishna is teaching us how to act. So what is karma? What is akarma? What is vikarma? How to act? So we understood very clearly in about 5 slokas from sloka number 19 to 24. So Krishna taught us very, very clearly. So those 5 slokas, if we just act according to those 5 slokas, we will be freed from all the miseries of material existence. So that's what is Tate Karma Pravakshami Yajnatva Mokshashe Asubha. So in the sloka number 19, Krishna taught in the 4th chapter, Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaga jnanagni tagda karmanam tamahu panditam bhutaha. So all the activities we have to kama sankalpa varjitaha. So this kama sankalpa varjitaha means all the desires. So if we are able to give up all the desires, so then we will be freed from the results. We will be freed from the reactions. So that is the way we need to perform our duty. That's what yasya sarve means everything. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjita. So jnanagni tagda karma. So if we do like that, then the fire of knowledge will burn everything into ashes. So jnanagni tagda, which will burn everything. Jnanagni tagda karma. Tamagugu pandidam buddha. That's what Krishna is saying. So the same way sankalpam, Krishna also taught us in the 6th chapter also. So in the 6th chapter, sloka number 24, Krishna said, use the word sankalpa. So there is Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asesataga. So that's what Sankalpa prabhavan kaman. So the desires which are arising, the desires which are coming because of our contact with this material world, material sense objects. So that's what Sankalpa. Sankalpa means, it is Srila Prabhupada is translating, that is mental speculations. So that's what Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman. So, which is also in the second chapter, sloka number 55, we studied that Sarvan Partha Manogatan. Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan. So Manogatan means they are our mental concoctions. So here Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman means our mental speculations. So the desires which are coming from our mental speculations. So that's why in the 4th chapter 19th sloka, Yasya Sarve Samaramvan Kama Sankalpa Varjitaga. So Kama Sankalpa Varjitaga means freed from all desires. So that means there should not be any mental speculations. Our mind should be only filled with Krishna. We should not be think about anything in this material way. That's what Kama Sankalpa Varjitaga, Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman, Sarvan Partha Manogatan, Prajahati. Prajahati means give up. Prajahati Ada Kaman, Sarvan Partha Manogatan. So this Kaman means it's the desires. So that's also Kama. Kama comes the desire. So Kaman, that is, Krishna is saying that Prajahati Yada Kaman. Kaman means the desires. Sankalpa Prabhavan Kamams. Kaman, again material desires. That is the Kaman. So one who is able to give up the attachment to the material sense objects. That means one who is able to give up the desires. So the Kaman means the desires which are due to our mental speculations, due to our mental concoctions. So our mind is actually trained to desire, to get affected by the desires. The desires are arising in our mind. The desires are appearing in our mind. They are produced in our mind. So that's what Krishna is saying in the 2nd chapter, sloka number 17. Apuryamanam achala pradishtam samudramapa pravisanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravisanti sarve. So like the ocean is being filled with water from all directions. Apuryamanam achala pradishtam samudram apa pravisanti yadvat. Apa pravisanti means the samudram, the ocean. Apa pravisanti means water is entering. Water is entering from all directions. Tatvat kamayam pravisanti sarve. Similarly, desires are entering into our mind from all directions. Kamayam pravisanti sarve. Sasantim apnoti na kama kami. Only a person who is not disturbed by such desires, he will achieve peace of mind. So the peace of mind comes only when we are not affected by the desires which are coming into our mind. So how we can not get affected by such desires? First of all, how we can stop such desires? So that means our mind should not be even receiving such desires. That means our mind should not be even thinking about the material sense objects. So how that is going to be possible? It's going to be possible only by filling our mind with Krishna. That's it. Krishna consciousness. Our thoughts will be full of Krishna. Our mind should be always focused on Krishna. Then only there won't be any desires coming into our mind, because there is no place. There is no place for any desires, because our mind is very, very busy, super busy, engaged in remembering Krishna, thinking about Krishna. So that is going to be possible only by studying this Bhagavad Gita. We need to understand very well that knowledge is the key. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is everything what we need. If we have Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will not have any problems. We won't have any problems. There are no problems, no worries, no concerns, nothing if we have Bhagavad Gita knowledge. How is it going to happen like that? Just by getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, how all our problems will be solved, how we will be free from all problems, just by getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because if we get the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the song of God, we understand very well that we are not the body, we are the soul. And we also understand very, very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is Purushottama. So that way, when we know about our Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, who is the Lord of the Lords, who is the refuge of the world, who is the Devesa, Jagannivasa, Devadi Deva, Deva Deva. So if we understand more about Krishna, then we will fall in love with Krishna. We will start thinking about Krishna all the time. So when we are remembering Krishna always, so when we fall in love with Krishna, so that means when we worship Krishna, then Krishna is going to give us the intelligence, the buddhi. So what is first needed? The first thing what we need is the knowledge. So the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's what we are gaining. That's what we are getting. From now onwards in the 4th chapter also, we finished 32 slokas. So now onwards, we are going to study in the 4th chapter everything about the knowledge. Because this chapter itself titled as the transcendental knowledge. So that's what transcendental knowledge is the title of this 4th chapter. So in this 4th chapter, which has got 42 slokas, so we have finished 32 slokas. So in the next 10 slokas, we are going to understand more about this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, how this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is important. That's what we are going to study and understand. So we are going to get how Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very important for us. So Krishna is teaching us when we get this knowledge, we are going to know about Krishna. Then when we love Krishna, we will develop that attachment to Krishna. And then when we love Krishna, so then we are going to get intelligence. So then, because Krishna is saying that I will give you the intelligence by which you will come to me. So tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So I will give the intelligence by which you can come to me. That's what Krishna is saying. So when we get that intelligence, so with intelligence what we can do? Indriyebhya param managa manasastu para buddhi. So intelligence is higher than mind. So with intelligence, we can actually, because we are getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. When we get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we understand about Krishna. So when we know about Krishna, when we fall in love with Krishna, when we remember Krishna all the time, so then we are going to gain the intelligence. With that intelligence, we will be able to control our mind. So that means our mind will be under our control. So when we are able to control our mind, so that means our mind is free from attachment and aversion. So that's what means our mind is controlled. When we can say that our mind is under control, when we are free from attachment and aversion. Raga, dvesa. Raga, dvesa, vimuktaistu, visayan, indriyais charan, atma vasaihi, videyatma, prasadam, adhigachati. So when we are free from attachment and aversion, raga and dvesha, then what is going to happen? We will be able to control our senses. So that's what Visayan Indriyais Charan Atma Vasegi. So we can get all the Indriyas, all the senses under the control of ourself. So when that is possible only when we control our mind. And that is possible only if we have intelligence. And that is possible only if we fall in love with Krishna and love Krishna and do devotional service unto Krishna, then only we are going to gain intelligence. And that is going to be possible only if we are having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will fall in love with Krishna and serve Krishna, and we will gain the intelligence. And with that intelligence, we can control the mind. And with that mind, we can control our senses. So when our senses are completely under our control, Visayan Indriyais Charan, then what is going to happen? So Ragadvesa Vimukta is to Visayan Indriyais Charan, Vasegi, it will come under the control of ourself. Then prasadam adhigachadi. Atma vasegi videyatma prasadam adhigachadi. So when the senses come under the Atma vasa means under the control of the self. So then we are going to receive, we are going to get the supreme mercy of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So prasadam adhigachadi. So then prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyo pajayate prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhi paryavartistate. So with that prasadam, with that Krishna's mercy, all our problems will be solved. So that way, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are getting this knowledge. That's what is very important. And in this knowledge, Krishna is teaching us about how to do our duty, how to perform, how to act, how to do our duty. So Krishna is teaching us in the 4th chapter very clearly. Tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshashe asubad. So I shall explain to you what is karma, by knowing which you will be liberated from all the miseries of material existence. Yajnatva mokshashe asubad. That's what Krishna is teaching. So what Krishna is saying that Tektva karma pala sangam nityatripto nirasrayaga karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Tektva karma pala sangam. So by giving up attachment to the results of our activities, Tektva karma pala sangam nityatripto nirasrayaga karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. So if we are satisfied ourselves without any desire for anything in this material world, without having any material desires, so if we are satisfied, if we just worship Krishna, so if we are able to give up the attachment to the results, so then we are going to, there is none of our work is going to bind us. That's what karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. So that's what Krishna is saying, that even though we do activity, we are not doing anything. So nirasi yata chittatma tyakta sarva parigrahaga sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. So if you do like that, without any desires, nirasi yata chittatma tyakta sarva parigrahaga, if you are able to give up all desires, tyakta sarva parigrahaga sariram kevalam karma, if you are able to do everything only for the sarira, just to maintain our body, sariram kevalam karma, not going after the material sense objects, not keeping ourselves very busy and not finding any time to think about ourselves. So we just act only bare minimum to just maintain our body. Sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. When we act like that, we are not going to get any sins. Of course, we can become very super busy in doing all kinds of activities only to please Krishna. That's what is very important. So then it is fine. Otherwise, we should not be attached to material sense objects. There is no point in becoming ourselves millionaire or billionaire if we are not Krishna conscious, if we don't want to serve Krishna, if we don't know about Krishna. Everything is useless. So that's why Krishna is saying that one should be happy with what we get it. Yadircha labha santusto. Yadircha labha santusto. Dvandvatito vimatsaraga samaga siddhau asiddhau cha kritvapi nanibhadyate. So if we just happy with what we get and then ourselves free from envy, then yadircha labha santusto dvandvatito, free from the dualities, dvandvatito vimatsaraga samaga siddhau asiddhau cha, being equal in both success and failure. Kritvapi na nibaddhade. So when we act, we are not going to be bound. Kritvapi na nibaddhade. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So if we do all those things, then we will, all our attachment to this material sense objects, material world, everything will get washed away. So gata sangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasa. So we will be situated in full knowledge. Jnanavastita chetasa. So then yajnaya charataga karma samagram praviliyate. So then when we perform all our activities as yajna, as an offering unto Krishna, so then we will be completely merging ourselves in the transcendence. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So now in the last week we studied in the 4th chapter, like sloka up to sloka number 32. So Krishna said about different yajnas, all those things we studied about all kinds of yajnas in the last 2 weeks. Everything we studied, and like apane, juhvati, pranam, pranapane, tatapare, pranapanam tatapare, pranapana gati rutva, pranayama parayana, apare niyattagaraga, pranan praneshu juhvati. All those things we studied. Still others who are inclined to the process of breath restraint, to remain in trance, practiced by offering the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming and the incoming breath into the outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. Others, curtailing the eating process, offer the outgoing breath into itself as a sacrifice. All such things like the breathing, pranayama, everything we studied about last week. And then in the sloka number 30, Krishna said, Sarve pyete yajnavido, Sarve pyete yajnavido, yajnakshapita kalmasaga, yajnasistamrita bhujo, yanti brahma sanatanam. So if you know all these yajnas, then we are going to enter into Brahman. We are going to get freed from this material world. So that's why in this sloka number 31, just one line, Krishna said that, Nayam lokosti ayajnasya kutonyaka kuru sattama. So there is no world for anyone who is not performing yajna, happiness in this world or in any other world. So then we finish with this sloka number 32. Yevam bahuvida yajnaga vitataga brahmano mukhe कर्मजान विद्दितान सर्वान एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे. So by knowing all these yajnas, evam bhagavada yajnaga vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidditan sarvan evam jnatva vimokshasi. So we will, by knowing all those things, we will be freed from all the miseries. So karma evam jnatva vimokshasi. So now the sloka number 33, Krishna is teaching us what we are studying today. श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयाद्यज्ञात् ज्ञानयज्ञः परन्तपा सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते. श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञात्. So sloka number 33, Krishna is teaching us that श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञात्. So Dravyamayad means just offering our material possessions. That's what is the yajna. So compared to that, Jnana yajna parantapa. Jnana yajna is better. Sreya. Sreya means better. So Jnana yajna is better. So Jnana yajna, that is what we are doing right now, is Jnana yajna. Jnana yajna, we are doing, studying, understanding Bhagavad Gita, all those things, all these things are Jnana yajna. So Shreyan Dravyamayad yajna, Jnana yajna parantapa, Sarvam karma akilam partha, Jnane parisamapyate. So everything culminates at the end, culminates at the end at the knowledge. Everything culminates. So Sarvam karma akilam partha, Jnane parisamapyate. So after all, O partha, the sacrifices of all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. That's what Krishna is teaching. And then in the next sloka, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaga. So that knowledge, tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So that knowledge you surrender unto a spiritual master and render devotional service unto him. So understand by pranipatena, by approaching a spiritual master and by submissive enquiries. So that's what pariprasnena sevaya, by rendering service unto him. Then they will explain this knowledge. Upadekshanti. Upadekshanti means they will explain. Upadekshanti te jnanam, because they have seen the truth. Jnaninaga tattva darshinaga. Jnaninas tattva darshinaga. They have already seen the truth. They can explain. That's what Krishna is teaching. Then in the next sloka, in the sloka number 35, Krishna is teaching that Yajnatva na punarmoham yevam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani aseshani draksasyatmanyato mayi. Yajnatva na punarmoham yevam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani. Yena bhutani asesani. Yena bhutani asesani. Drakshasya Yathomai. Draksasyatmani Yathomai. That's what Krishna is saying. So by knowing this knowledge, by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so by going to approaching a spiritual master and rendering service unto him and getting this knowledge, so if you get this knowledge, then you are not going to get confused again. Na punar moham evam yasasi pandavam. So you will never again fall into any illusion. So that's what na punar moham evam yasasi pandavam. Yena bhutani asesani drakshashyatmani yathomai. So you understand that all living beings, everything in total, yena bhutani asesani drakshasi, you see that everything are in me. Atmani yathomai. That's what Krishna is saying there. So everything, you will see that everything are part of me, everything is in me. That's what Krishna is saying there, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then in the next sloka number 36, Krishna is continuing that अपि चेतसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वं ज्ञानप्लवेनैव वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि अपि चेतसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः. So all the sinners, papebhyaga sinners, sarvebhyaga means all the sinners. So if you think that papa krittamaga, you will say, you think that the greatest sinner, the krittamaga, tamaga means it's always the krittamaga, papa krittamaga. So you are the greatest sinner. So if you think that of all sinners, you are the greatest sinner, still sarvam jnana plaveneva, if you get into the boat of knowledge, jnana plaveneva means this is the boat of knowledge, jnana plaveneva, vrijinam santarishyasi. So you will be able to cross beyond the ocean of miseries. That's what Vrijinam. Vrijinam Santarishyasi means you will be able to cross completely. You will be able to cross the ocean of miseries. So that's what Api chetasi papebhyaga sarvebhyaga papakrittamaga sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished up to sloka number 36 today in the 4th chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.